All right, so good morning, everyone, and welcome to this morning's webinar on the updates for the Illinois workNet resume building tool. My name is David Garvey. I'm a training development specialist with SIUC Center for Workforce Development. And today we'll be going over the recent updates to the workNet resume building tool, some of its additional features, and we'll also provide a short overview of the resume writing guide. I want to say upfront that today's session is being recorded and will be made available on our YouTube channel for workNet. And everything that we will cover, as well as anything else on Illinois workNet, is free to use. For the resume builder, though, you will need to create an account. So we'll start off by covering that. So on illinoisworknet.com, our website here, at the top of the page, you can click the sign up icon. And from here, you'll need to fill out an account, and you'll need to fill in any field with a red asterisk that is required information. And once you've filled out this information, check the box to accept agreement and submit. You will receive a confirmation email with the link, and once you have verified your account, you are all set. So next, in order to access the Resume Builder tool, you'll need to log into your account. So we'll just log in real quick here. And in the banner here that loaded since we have logged in, you'll see an icon for resumes. And you can click this to access the resume building tool. Now, if this is your first time accessing the new tool with Skills First, you'll need to confirm your email address with Skills First, and this is also free to use. You'll see something similar to this. Let me zoom in here. Just verifying that they have the correct email address on file, and they'll have your email address listed here. If it is your current email address, just click the hyperlink continue and you'll be good to go. If not, you can update your profile as well by selecting this here. And once you have checked verified your email, you'll receive an email for a link to open the tools and Skills First. And it may take a few minutes for the confirmation email to show up in your inbox, but once it does, you'll see a message like this, and you'll just click here to access Skills First. And once you've done that, you're all set. The next time you access the resume building tool in workNet, it will take you directly to it. So it'll load just like that. All right. Additionally, the other item I want to cover before we get into the tool is if you have a saved resume or cover letter within Illinois workNet, if you've used it and you've saved those documents before, but you've not yet accessed this new version of the tool, you'll see a message asking you to move your resumes into Skills First. And all you have to do is click and follow the prompts to move your previously saved resumes into Skills First. And you also need to do this for cover letters as well. And if you do not do this by January 15th of 2023, these will be permanently deleted. However, if you move the documents into Skills First, they'll be saved and you'll be good to go to be able to edit and work on them. All right, so once we're in Skills First, we'll then be able to create our documents. We can see here, we have the ability to create a resume, a cover letter, a pitch or an elevator pitch, a portfolio. You can take a practice interview, and you also have the ability to watch career advice videos and take a short career assessment. And below this is our personal galleries section. And this is where you can access all your saved documents that you have worked on within the resume building tool, such as those resumes, cover letters, practice interviews, portfolios, and elevator pitches. Our primary focus today, though, will be on creating a resume. So to get started, we'll select the Create a Resume option here. And from here, we have the option to upload your resume and enhance it with keywords. You can edit a sample with your information, or you can start from scratch where you can choose a template and build sections with your experiences. So we're going to choose to edit a sample. And here we will see a few different resume templates. And you can take a look at the templates that you might be interested in by clicking on the thumbnail there. And you can populate that resume template with over 500 resume samples that we have. And scrolling through here, we'll be able to see that we have over 500 samples of example resumes that are industry specific, as well as examples based on experience level, like entry level, mid-career, and so forth. And you can use a text search to filter through the over 500, we have 541 resume samples here. So we'll just click this one, this preview, and we can see the resume template that we chose populated with the sample for that resume. And so we can get a preview of what this would look like. And if we wanted to go back and change another one, we would just hit back and select, a different resume sample, or we could go back further and select a resume template. But once you have made your selection and you want to move forward with that sample, all you have to do is click the green button that says use this sample right here at the top. So we're going to go ahead and do that. All right, so once that's loaded here, what we then see is we can, now make edits and changes to enhance the resume. So first we're going to go over how to edit the resume. So obviously this is a sample and a template, not with, my information and career experience. So I need to change it to, align it, more to my experience and work history. So we'll click this blue edit button here. And then we'll see the different tabs or sections within the resume that we have. So we have, the contact information, skills and expertise, certifications, education, relevant coursework, experience. We can also add a section here. But to make changes to each section here, so it open up with contact. If this wasn't my phone number, I can just easily update it here. If I needed to change the address, I wanted to add a headline, website, information as well to the contact section, I can do so, and I'll just click save. Just so we can really make sure that these changes go through, we'll click save. And if we go back to preview, we will see that this information has updated here. And so we can see test, change of zip code, change of phone number. Additionally, so in some of these other sections, what populates from the samples, you can just remove the different items or words and experiences that are not part of yours, and you can populate it with your information. Let's add project management here. Another item at the end here. And while you're working on the resumes and in the different tabs here, we can see this examples here. If we select examples here, we will get some examples of what could be added into this section here. And in this section, we have custom selected. So if we take that out, so in the skills and experience section, you can search through the different examples that they have that may align with, your work experience and history. And so if there are a couple items that you want to include, as you're finding them in this window here, you'll just check those boxes, and then you'll click this button down here, done. And then it will add that into the box here that we're working on for skills and expertise. Okay, so we'll go ahead and click save here. Certifications, there's several that were listed for this sample that we selected. We're just going to take out a few of these. If we need to add them, of course, we can just type in that as well. Click save. Education, we can change this as well. And enter in the information as needed. And we can enter when we graduated as well. All right, so we have saved that. Additionally, coursework. This probably won't appear in a lot of the resumes, and if you need to delete a section, you can absolutely do so. Just over here to the right, we have these three circles here. If we click this and click delete section, we will confirm to remove that section, and so it's gone from this template, since at least for me, didn't need it in this case. The experience tab here, we also have tips that come up that describe the different sections of the resume and what to include in there. And so for the experience that's been added, if for me in my template and working on this, I wasn't an intern, I don't need this, I can just delete this item here. If I was a forklift operator, I can click to edit the job and then just update the organization name, the location, the website. If I just need to change the job title, I can do that as well. Description of the organization can be included here, as well as the job description and the date ranges for when I held that position. Another feature you can do is, when you preview your resume, we can see that a lot of those updates that we made have been added in here. We took out some of those certifications, added some dates for education, and our experience here for the job. But if we wanted to move a section around, if we wanted to put education lower and we wanted our work experience higher up, what you can do is, if you click this reorder sections button here, we'll see the different sections that we were able to work on in the building tool. So all we have to do is click and drag and drop. So let's say we'll have our skills and expertise first, followed by our experience, and then we'll move certifications to the bottom below education. And so we'll click done. And then we'll see that our resume has been reordered based on our selections. If we need to, another feature is if we needed to change the template at all, as we were working on this, we thought, maybe this isn't quite the template we wanted to do or use. What we can do is we can change this template to a different one, and our information that we've been worked on is going to retain. It's going to stay there. So let's pick a different template here. So you can see that the template's changed, but our information that we've been working on has stayed here as well. Additionally, one other item I wanted to cover about editing was if we have our sections here, but we really liked our template and we liked what's included, but we wanted to add another section. We can click this Add Section button and a drop down will appear. And when we select this, we'll just get a list of several different types of sections that can be added in. And you can make that selection just by clicking the item, clicking Save. And so we can see awards and honors, or honors and awards has been added. But if we wanted to make our own, there is an option at the bottom for custom, and you can add a section name to your resume. Just click Save, and then we'll see that that's been added in here as well. All right, the next item that I want to cover in the resume builder is the AI keyword suggestions. So when we click this button here, a box will appear for pasting a job description. And so you can paste a job description that you're the job you're pursuing. You can copy and paste a job description in here, and it'll identify relevant keywords and match it up to what you have entered for your resume. And the reason this feature is in here is that when you're putting together your resume, you want the content to match the job you're applying for. And so a lot of companies have this ATS, this applicant tracking system. Is what that stands for. And it's a software that employers use to help sort, organize, and store applicants' resumes and cover letters. And the system allows for filtering features that employers can use to narrow down results. So making sure that your documents for a job posting reflect, the terminology that's used and what they're looking for is really important. And so to see how this works, this is just an example of a job description that I will copy and paste. So I'll just copy that and paste it in here and press the Get Suggestions button. So once we've done this, we see, below it's broken out in a few different ways. There's competencies listed here, job tasks, job interactions, the job title, action verbs, and some education and experience as well. And so, once we have this, these are terms that you might want to consider adding into your resume as well. So once we hit back here, so that's how the keyword suggestions works. I really encourage you to use the AI keyword suggestions. That way you can really enhance your resume and make sure it stands out as employers are looking through the applications that they receive. If you need to, I want to go over some of the other features above here too. So we have a few icons here. We have this first one here. Is download. If you select this, it'll just download a Microsoft Word file of the resume you've been working on. To clone a resume, this next icon here, what this means is that, say you really liked this resume, you don't want to change too much of it, but you want to keep this copy and work on another one very similar to it. So you can make a copy of your resume and work on it and tweak it that way. And you can also compare them too, looking at them just to see which resumes. So that way you don't have to start from scratch and re-enter all your experience, history, skills, education, and so forth. The next button here we have is to share. So if you are working with a workforce partner or frontline staff, something or you were part of a resume writing workshop, or you just wanted to share it with a friend or family member, what you can do is you can share the resume by providing a direct link to it. So when we click the share button, we'll make a few changes here. So share resume with viewer and the permissions with, we'll just change this to anybody with the link. And from here, what you can do is you can copy this link and share it with someone. So you can email it to someone you're working with directly, and they can review your resume and provide feedback on it. Additionally, this last button here, if we click this, if we wanted to download as a PDF or delete the resume, we can do so here. We can also edit the name and description. So we can see that the resume name, Illinois WorkNet -logistics with EXP clone, that's just what the system generated because it selected that resume and template. So we can just change this to something else. And we can also add a description in here as well. And we'll just click save. And once this reloads, we can see that the name and description has been updated for this resume as well. And to at the top here, the one other thing I want to cover is the breadcrumb trail here. So we can see, how far we've gotten into the resume building tool. So what we have open is machining resume 1. If we click the resumes hyperlink, this will just take us back to the resumes that we worked on in Skills First. So the one that we created earlier on this call has been added here. And if we need to edit it, we can just select the name here and we'll go back right into that building tool. Additionally, it looks like you can also delete any resumes from this page as well. And you can browse the resume templates and samples by selecting that button there. We can also add a new one as well. So let me go back a couple of pages here. So that was resumes, and we can go back further to galleries, which is where kind of where we started when we got here. So all our previously saved resumes, cover letters, practice interviews, portfolios, elevator pitches. These can be accessed here just by selecting these boxes here and going to the document in question. And if you click your name, that'll take you back to that landing page that we first got to within Skills First. And let's see. Okay, so I'm going to see if there's any questions in the chat and we can get those answered. Let's see. So one question was, how well do the templates make it through the ATS system? So in working with this new Illinois WorkNet resume building tool is powered by Skills First, and all the templates that are included in Skills First are ATS friendly. So they will, there won't be a like file corruption or anything where it won't get through that system. So all the templates included in here will make it through the system. It's just really a matter of making sure that the keywords and terminology is similar to what is in the job description. That way, any employers who are have any filters set can see the resumes that do stand out and align with their with the job opening. Let's see, the next question I see in the chat is, I see some of the templates do not have the sample button. Is that being added? I'm not sure what is meant by that question. So yeah, we have, back here, when we're selecting the templates, we can just, choose any of these, and then we can click the preview button. And once we click that preview button, so there's the templates and then there's the samples. And the templates, there's, about 15 or 20 or so. And then the samples are, kind of the 541 samples are the different types of resumes. But once you make both the selections for the templates and the samples, you can click use this sample, and it'll take that information into the resume that you're working on. And I know a lot of information has been shared, but I do want to remind everyone that this webinar is being recorded, and we will make it available on Illinois WorkNet's YouTube channel, which I'm going to go ahead and share that in the chat here. So that's the link to the YouTube channel. We'll get this webinar added there. Someone from our organization had an account but retired. Would I have to create a new account for our organization? Or do you recommend creating a new account to work with our clients? We can connect. Antonio, I would recommend sending an email to our support desk, and we can connect and work through that. Is there a place within the system we can practice? So yeah, once you have an account with Illinois WorkNet, once you start working on and editing and creating resumes, you can, play around with the tool, and once you're done, once you have a good handle on it, you can go back, and here's just some past ones I've worked on, for webinars and demonstration purposes. Once we no longer need that resume, it can be deleted out. Is there a basic template for the ATS resumes, something without bold print and bullet points, etc.? So again, all the resumes, the templates included in the building tool, they are ATS friendly, but when we go to edit them in the different sections, so you click edit, because there was one section in here. Where was that? Here we go. So, if you didn't want to use bullet points, you can remove those, and you can customize it that way. But, what you see as far as, customization options is what you get within each section. So at least in technical skills, we can only, bold, italicize, underline text, or make it a bulleted list. So you can customize it. It just depends on, the extent of the customization that you are, looking for with the resume. Let's see. Next question is there a tool to assist with the cover letter? Yes, it is set up pretty much exactly the same way as this resume building tool is. So I'm going to go back to my galleries up here and cover letters. And here we can, add a cover letter. We can browse through the cover letters that are available. So for example, let's get a sample. We can see that there's 336 types of cover letters here. And if we wanted to add one, this will look familiar. You can upload a cover letter and optimize it with keywords. You can edit from a sample. You can start from scratch and build a new cover letter. If we choose edit a sample, again, we're going to get some of those templates again. And so if this is the template we had in mind, we can then make a selection on the type of cover letter. So there's several different types, accepting an offer, following up with an employer, requesting an interview. There's looks like 19 different options we have here. So in this case, let's select follow up. We'll click that, and then we'll see that there are samples of the cover letter. And so for one, we can see experienced professional or early career. If we know the name of the employer or interviewer that we can follow up with, as well as kind of gender friendly. If we know the gender or don't know the gender of the person we're working with, we can just choose the cover letter based on that information. So we can select the preview button here, and if this looks good, we'll click use this sample. If we want to change it, we can go back. Let's go ahead and click use this sample. And then, this will look familiar. We can change templates, keyword suggestions, we can edit, and it's the same way that the resume builder tool functions. All right, so another question, repeat the part for users who had optimal accounts and are now moving to skills first. So if you previously had an account with Optimal and you've not yet accessed the Skills First, the new building tool, you'll need to open this up again. You'll get a prompt when you log into your account and select resumes. You'll get a prompt here that will ask you to confirm your email address if it is current. And so when you click continue, you'll receive an email. You'll see a message asking you to check your email for a link to open the tools on Skills First. And it may take a few minutes to get into your inbox, but be sure to click in the screenshot here, we have click here to access the tools on Skills First. The link does expire in 1 hour, so be sure to confirm before that hour expires. But once you confirm your email with Skills First, then you are good to go. Now, if you've previously saved resumes and cover letters in workNet, you will see a message as well asking you to move over those resumes and cover letters. And in this case, it's just resumes and cover letters that you would need to move over. And you would just follow the prompts on the screen to move those documents into Skills First. And you have until January 15th of 2023 to do so. And if you don't move those resumes and cover letters by then, they will be deleted from the system. Let's see, our next question is, many customers have an Indeed resume. Can we upload it here and update, enhance it? So you can upload, let me go back here to galleries. Okay, so when we create a resume, you can upload a resume. You won't have all the functionality to build out the resume, but you will be able to enhance it with keywords and see those suggestions. Let's see, next question we have. I think that's all the questions. Thank you, Kimberly, for adding the info@illinoisworknet.com for additional questions or assistance. So something else I want to go over is the resume writing guide that we have on WorkNet. So when you go to illinoisworknet.com, in the menu here, if we click this and open qualify for jobs, we'll select the resume writing guide. So the resume writing guide, so all our guides on workNet are set up this way. We see that this is slide 1 of 8, and we can navigate through the different slides within the guide by selecting these arrows. In addition, in the menu, we have between the arrows. If we click that, we can jump to another slide within the guide. But that's how you navigate through them. And the resume writing guide, we just have an introduction here. If we click the Get Started button, it'll open to slide 2. And we'll see that this button here is changed to learn more. So this resume writing guide just kind of walks you through the process of getting prepared, putting your resume together. And we have articles included that get into more information about this. So slide 2, the resume writing guide is getting prepared to write your resume. So when we click the Learn More button, an article will open up. And we'll see more information about it. We have the body of the article here. Off to the right, we have related resources. They can be instructions or samples of resumes, instructions on how to use a certain feature, as well as demonstration or overview videos. And so you can learn more about preparing your resume here and the next steps. So that's an example of one of the articles we have here, but we also have articles on starting to write the resume, customizing your resume, preparing for an interview. We have a resume builder tools article here, which I want to open. And in here, we have included some of the different features that are available in Skills First, the new resume building tools. So we have the resume builder, which we covered, the cover letter, which we quickly covered, but is very similar to the resume builder tool. We also have the portfolio builder, the interview prep, and the elevator pitch. And so each of these is an article with more information about that. So for example, if we select the interview prep, it'll open up an article with steps on getting started with the Illinois WorkNet interview tool. And so we have directions here that walks you through how to use the tool. Additionally, on this previous page, we have these 5 links to articles about those different tools. And for each of those, we have an instructional document, as well as a short video that gets a little more into that tool. Because I know today we just primarily focused on resumes. It would be a much longer webinar if we kind of dove into all these different features, but you can learn more about the different features within the Illinois WorkNet resume building tool by accessing this guide, this article, and then the articles that are being linked to here. And also in the resume writing guide, we have additional resources on resume writing, such as articles, videos, and other resources. And additionally, we also included articles, videos, and more resources on social media. And so as you're working on putting together a resume or updating it, I'd recommend reviewing this resume writing guide and making sure that your resume is the best that it can be. All right, just want to make sure, see if there's anything else I wanted to cover this morning. If you do have any questions, please add them in the chat. Just looking through the chat here. Awesome, thank you, Erlene. Yeah, glad to and happy to share this new tool. We're very excited to have it available now. All right. If a person, oh, here's one. If a person deletes a section and then wants it back, is that possible? Yes. So if we go back to the tool, go to a resume, let's do that one that we were working on earlier. Click the edit button. Okay, so for example, if we deleted the internship tab, but then thought, oh wait, I really need to add that back. If we click add section, scroll down, let's see. We can, depending on what section it is, it may be available in this drop down, but if not, we can click custom and then give that section a name, click save, and it'll be back in place here. Let's see, is there a quick start guide like there was with Optimal Resume? So I would recommend that article that we were looking at in the resume writing guide, that instructional document. So again, to get to the resume writing guide on illinoisworknet.com, when you open the menu, select qualify for jobs, and click resume writing guide. That'll take you to this page. And slide 6 of 8 is the resume builder tools article, which is this one here. And when you select the resume builder article, we'll have information about the resume building tool, a video providing an overview of how to use it, as well as and resources. We have resume help. So when we click this, we'll see that there's a instructional document with just step-by-steps and screenshots of how to use that feature of the workNet resume building tool. Okay, so I see there's a section or a question for the cover letters, or not cover letters, sorry, portfolios. So for example, if I just go to here, so yeah, with the portfolios, you can add folders, files, or add a link. Depending on the file size, I believe you'll be able to, up to 100 megabytes. So you may be able to add the video directly if you don't want to add a URL into the portfolio. So that would be my recommendation on working with that. And then LinkedIn profiles. I don't know if we have any. I'd have to check. I don't believe we have any articles on LinkedIn profiles, but that would be something that we can consider adding to our website. So that's a really good suggestion. Thank you for that. We'll try and get together or put together an article on that. Anyway, we can get a copy of these slides. So I don't have a PowerPoint presentation, but again, this webinar has been recorded and we will add it to our YouTube channel here. It should be added by the end of the day. It'll be available here. Oh, thank you, Dee. Regarding LinkedIn profiles, Dee Reinhardt will be teaching a virtual LinkedIn workshop next month. And she has provided the link to register there. Thank you, Dee. And that is a WIOA funded workshop. Are there any other questions? If not, I want to thank everyone for joining. Again, this webinar has been recorded and we will get it posted to our YouTube channel by the end of the day. If you do have any questions, please reach out to us. Our support desk email is info@illinoisworknet.com, which was previously shared in the chat, but I'm just going to add it one more time. And with that, I hope everyone has a great rest of your day. Thanks, everybody.